All right, so I used to do this series of videos called Coffee Talk. A lot of you will remember if you've been around for a long time. I stopped doing them. I get about at least one comment or message or something a week asking me to bring back the Coffee Talk videos. Well, I do the morning show now. By the way, morning show, 4 mornings a week at 8 a.m. Eastern, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, live show. Check it out if you haven't. I do the morning show now, and that has kind of taken the place of the Coffee Talk videos that I used to do. But it's the off season, and the off season is always when I try new things or bring back popular series from the past. Like, I did a comment on the comments video a month or so ago and the things that irritate me. I've decided to do kind of a Coffee Talk video today. Not everybody watches the live shows, obviously, um, for a variety of reasons. So I guess basically what I'm going to try to do today is I'll take some of the topics that seem to be popular on the morning show this past week, things that were in the news, things we talked about on the morning show, and kind of condense it down into a video version here and talk about a couple of those things right now on Coffee Talk with Uncle Lou. Yeah, good morning in that though. But it's Uncle Lou here though. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou, live for you on LouTube today. Hey, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it also. And in addition to that as well, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I post college football videos almost every single day of the year. And there will be some college football in this video too. Hit the thumbs up button. That didn't take any time. Doesn't cost you anything. It's easy to do. And it's a huge help to me. Let's get started with Coffee Talk. Deshaun Watson. Now, I feel like I've talked about Deshaun Watson for hours and hours and hours on these live shows that we do. Uh, but I'll talk about it for a few minutes here. Now, first of all, let me say I don't have any idea what he did, what he didn't do. I don't know who's telling the truth or who's lying. I don't know whether to believe Deshaun Watson. I don't know whether to believe the massage therapist. I don't know whether to believe the lawyer. There's just a lot of layers to this story. And this isn't the first one of these kinds of stories that we've seen over the last few years. I mean, it seems like every other day, some high profile person, whether it's an athlete, an actor or an actress, a musician, a news anchor, somebody is getting accused of assaulting someone else or a bunch of someone else's a week ago or 20 years ago or whatever. This has just been going on for a few years. And Deshaun Watson, is, of course, is the latest to get kind of wrapped up in this here. And I know all of you, I'm sure, have heard the story or some of the stories or whatever. So I'm not going to give you like a beginning to end of what happened. You can easily Google Deshaun Watson and read a news article on what happened. This is more or less just my thoughts on it. I have no idea if he did it or not. I don't have a clue. I have no idea. I have mixed feelings about this whole sexual assault thing. Well, I don't have mixed feelings about sexual assault. Obviously, it's wrong. This idea that being accused of sexual assault is the end of a person, and we've seen this happen, and not very many people have even ever gone to court on this. These now there are some, of course. You have Bill Cosby, you have Jeffrey Epstein, of course. Harvey Weinstein, is that his name? So you have some people that have gone through the court system, been found guilty and in jail. The majority of these people that we hear about, there's never even a trial. It's a woman or a bunch of women coming forward, making a bunch of accusations, and then someone losing their job or getting fired or whatever. Right? I mean, that's what I don't really know how to feel about. I do believe that when a woman comes forward with an assault claim, she should be listened to, she should be taken seriously, and to a certain extent, she should be believed and taken at her word, at face value, at least to the point of being willing to listen. However, when it comes to applying consequences to the person that is accused, I don't know where the line is for, okay, let's punish him, or okay, let's do nothing. And there seems to be not a lot of middle ground. People either get canceled and lose everything, or nothing at all happens to them. And again, outside of a trial, I don't know. I don't know what's right or wrong to do in terms of like what should the Texans do with Deshaun Watson? And of course, this story is made even more complicated or weird because we know that Deshaun Watson doesn't really want to play for the Texans, and the Texans don't really want Deshaun Watson, but they can't seem to get rid of him. And I guess the lawyer for some of these girls is the next door neighbor or lives on the same street or something as the owner of the Houston Tech. I mean, this story is just so strange. You know, it's about 20-something women now, isn't it? 20-something massage therapists that have come forward accusing Deshaun Watson of some level of inappropriate behavior. Everything from solicitation, basically, to physical assault, sexual assault. The weirdest one the other day, I mean, there's not really a way to say this one without just saying it, but he's asked some of these girls to finger his butthole. I mean, anyway, so it's just been weird. Now, Deshaun Watson doesn't deny that he knows these girls. He doesn't deny that he's gotten massages from these girls, all of them, 20-something, whatever it is. He denies anything inappropriate happened. Then you have another group of massage therapists, 18 of them, that have all signed on to a letter basically saying, we massage Deshaun Watson all the time, and he's never been anything but a gentleman and nice and never done anything inappropriate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I believe both groups of women, I guess. I don't know who I believe. I don't know. This story is just too weird. Okay, let's pretend I do believe the first group of women and Deshaun Watson did something inappropriate. Let's pretend we believe that. Whether you believe it or not, pretend you do for a second. Okay, then what do you do to Deshaun Watson? You kick the guy out of the NFL? Do you fire him? Do you cancel him over accusations that may never see a courtroom? That's the part I have the problem with. Then you take the 18 that wrote the letter that he's never done anything appropriate. Do you believe them? You have to. If you're going to believe the group that are accusing him, you have to believe the group that says he didn't abuse them. Here's something I think is a definite problem. Deshaun Watson, if you're listening, and I'm pretty sure that you are, why do you have 40-something massage therapists, at least, that we know of? That is not normal. That's a problem. That's a problem. Getting 40 massages isn't a problem, but having over 40 different massage therapists basically on call, that's a problem. Deshaun Watson is either addicted to massages or he's addicted to masseuses. One of those two things is true. Ask yourself this. Do you have 40 of anything? When you get ready to go get a haircut, do you have 40 barbers that you frequent that you have to, okay, which one of my 40-something hairstylists is going to do my hair this week? No. Yeah, if you have someone that does your yard, do you have 40 people that do your yard, or do you find someone that does your yard really well and you keep hiring them over and over again to do your yard? Deshaun Watson makes $30 million a year. A year. He could audition 1,000 massage therapists, decide which one he thinks gives the absolute best massage, and then pay that massage therapist, I don't know, $1 million a year to basically live in his basement and just be there whenever he needs a massage. She can travel with him to road games or whatever else. I mean, that might sound a little strange, but rich people do strange shit. Rich people have live-in maids. Rich people have live-in butlers. Rich people have live-in nannies. Hire a live-in massage therapist. There is a problem. And listen, it's not like this guy is going to some super high-end fancy day spa somewhere. No, he's getting these massage therapists off Instagram. Instagram. He's literally trolling Instagram, hashtag rub and tug or whatever. I don't know how he's finding them. And that's how he's finding these people. So whether, I don't know about the assault stuff. I've got no idea. But having 40-something massage therapists is a problem, Deshaun. I don't understand. I don't know if you've got some kind of weird fetish. I don't know what the deal is. And again, it's got nothing to do with the number of massages. God bless you. Get 40 massages a day if you want. I've got no problem with that. It's odd. At the very least, this is some sort of an addiction or fetish to masseuses or something. I don't know how this story is going to end. All right, speaking of Deshaun Watson, the Tater Man. Where's all my Tater Mans is at? Good morning. Let me get a sip of this coffee here. Okay, Tater Mans. Y'all spring game is today. Whoopity-doo! Yeah, 1 o'clock, the Tater game today, spring game. Must be coming on TV. I checked the TV guide. I said it was probably coming on ESPN. No, ACC Network. Now, first of all, hardly anybody even has the ACC Network. And half the people that do have it have no idea what channel it is. So basically what I'm saying is not very many people are going to be watching this game. I don't understand why this game isn't on ESPN. I'm being serious. I don't understand why this game isn't on ESPN. Now, you look a couple of weeks down the road when you've got 10, 15, 20 spring games in a day. Yeah, you have some on ESPN, some on ESPN2, some on ACC Network maybe, some on SEC Network, whatever. There's nothing else on today. Nothing. I mean, the Final Four comes on tonight, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But there's nothing on at 1 o'clock this afternoon. In fact, there's literally nothing on to the point where ESPN, and this is, listen, C- program. ESPN is showing a high school basketball game at 1 o'clock today. Turn it to ESPN at 1 o'clock. Tell me what you see. You won't see the Tater Man in his spring game. That's what you won't see. You'll see high school basketball. ESPN would rather show you high school basketball than they would to show you the Tater spring game. Now, I have a theory. Well, the one theory is that the Taters are just a C- team and a C- program. And if they put this on, why would they put this on ESPN? Literally, no one's going to watch it. No one cares about the Taters. They've lost their last 2 major postseason games. They're about to lose their opening game this coming season. They're on a 1-game losing skid now. They're going to be on a 2-game losing streak come September 4th. Basically, the Tater is no one wants to watch them anymore. So there's that. I guess, theory. But high school basketball, but here's the other theory I have. I think they're just trying to, listen, the ACC network is an abject failure and a joke. A joke. Now, the SEC network is the cream of the crop. I mean, people, you had people jumping out of windows if they couldn't get the SEC network. I was one of them. No one cares about the ACC network. So they're putting this game on the ACC network to try to give the ACC network some credibility, I guess. I don't know. But clearly this is a game that it would make sense for this game to be on ESPN today. It just would make sense for this game to be on ESPN. I know we've had some football going on with some FCS and whatever the hell in Jackson State. And oh my God, Deion Sanders is a coach, and people are acting like that somehow means something. It doesn't. I mean, I don't know about that for breaking news, but not very many people care. You know who cares about Deion Sanders being the head coach of an FCS team, Jackson State? The same people that care that Ed Reed is the head of what is he? The grand shaman of football operations at Miami, whatever the hell it's not even a job. It's a mob. It's mob shit. The mob used to give you a no-show job. Here we're gonna pay you $100,000. You don't have to do anything. For tax reasons, we'll say you work down at the waste management company. You don't even have to go to work though. No-show job. That's literally what this is. This Ed Reed, the head of football operations. Anyway, so they're putting this Tater game on the ACC network to try to give some sort of credibility or something to the ACC network. That's all, because no one cares about it. It's a terrible network. I do remember when the ACC used to be good at basketball, but barely. Now they just Duke, North Carolina. I mean, just terrible teams. Georgia Tech and Florida State were the cream of the crop in the ACC. Really? In basketball? My God, how times have changed and the mighty have fallen. I don't know. It was strange. But anyway, so that's my theory there. It's not coming on ESPN. It's one of two reasons. It's either because they're just trying to force people to watch the ACC network because otherwise no one would choose to, or it's because the Taters, being a C- program, ESPN's not going to waste their main channel on a Tater game. Okay, the Final Four. First, another coffee break, though. Okay, Final Four today, 5 o'clock I think it is, Houston versus Baylor, and then about 8:30 Gonzaga versus UCLA. Houston versus Baylor I think could be a really good game. First of all, no, I'm not a college basketball expert, and I don't care all that much about it. But I love March Madness, though. I mean, listen, there's a lot of people that don't like the NFL, but they watch the Super Bowl. Or you don't like golf, but you watch the Masters. Or you don't like NASCAR, but you watch the Daytona 500, whatever. That's how I am with college basketball. I do love March Madness. So you got Baylor and Houston, and I think this could be a pretty good game. Baylor's a 1 seed, Houston's a 2 seed. Houston might be the funnest team to watch. Again, I don't know enough about basketball to be able to explain to you like, oh, Houston runs this type of offense and blah blah blah. No, I don't even watch basketball that way. I don't care what kind of offense they run. I watch it and it's either interesting and exciting or boring. And I'll give you like a college football example to kind of let you know what I mean. Because a team can be boring and still be really, really good. Alabama's first few titles with Nick Saban there, right? Really, Alabama up until around 2015. Great team. Boring as hell. I mean, we all remember the Bama versus LSU game that was 6-3. Bama was beating people 17-10 and 21-6 and stuff. It was just a different style of football back then. Bama wasn't any less good then than they are now. Now they're a lot more fun and they're just more exciting to watch now because they're just everybody in college football is running track meets now and scoring 40 points a game. So I don't know anything about college basketball, but when you watch Houston, they're fun to watch. Again, I don't know why. You can't put your finger on it. Or I can't anyway. They're just a really, really fun team to watch, and they're good. Baylor, a great team, and they were my pick to win it all. Now, more on this in a second, but clearly Gonzaga looks like the best team in the tournament. I mean, you'd have to be an idiot not to think that. But I did pick Baylor to win it all going into the tournament, so I'm going to stick with that now. They've made the Final Four. I'm not going to change now. Houston versus Baylor. I do think this could be a really, really good game. I'm going to go with Baylor in a close one. And I hope this is a good game, too, because I don't think the second game is going to be very good. Gonzaga versus UCLA. Gonzaga, of course, a 1 seed, the highest 1 seed, too, in the tournament. UCLA, an 11 seed. And they're kind of the cinder. Again, I know I keep saying this over and over. I don't know that much about college basketball, but it does feel weird to refer to UCLA as a Cinderella team. I mean, UCLA's got a great tradition in college basketball, but they were an 11 seed. They actually weren't even in the original 64-team tournament. They were in that play-in game that they have like a day or two before the tournament starts where you have to win to even get in the tournament. And, of course, UCLA, everyone's new favorite team now since they knocked off the Gumps, and we don't have to listen to them pretend to care about basketball anymore. These Alabama people, zero interest in basketball before this season started, and zero interest in it now that their season is over. They're going back talking about 18 titles and blah, 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 and football, all this is all that matters, and yada, yada, yada. But for a couple of weeks, it was hilarious to watch the Gumps pretend to care about and know about college basketball. But thank God and shout out to UCLA for putting the rest of us out of our misery and not having to listen to those nitwits drool on and on about basketball. Gumps back to pretending they don't know what it is again. So anyway, UCLA, so they're an 11 seed. They've made it to the Final Four. Again, sort of the Cinderella team of this tournament, if you're looking for one. And they take on the 1 seed Gonzaga. And, everybody loves a good story in sports. We all love the underdog, unless they're playing our team, right? So there may be some people pulling for UCLA in this game for that reason. I don't know. But again, Gonzaga to me has clearly been the best team in the tournament. If you've watched them play at all, they're unbelievable to watch. I'm talking alley-oops from half court. It's almost, there's some like Harlem Globetrotter shit out there. I mean, they're just playing with people. It reminds me, when I was in high school, we actually had 2 future NBA players on our high school team. and we absolutely just destroyed everybody we played. And in the second halves of those games, it became like a clinic. I mean, we would do that kind of stuff. But by we, I mean the high school I went to. Clearly, I didn't play basketball, but um, they would do alley oops. They would inbound the ball at half court. They would alley oop it from an inbound. I mean, they would just play with people. But anyway, Gonzaga reminds me of that. They look like an NBA team playing a high school team in almost every game they play. I think they won their round of 8 game by like 40 points or something. I mean, they're just a great team. I think this is where it comes to an end for UCLA. I can't see them beating Gonzaga, and unfortunately, I don't even think it'll be a close game. I think Gonzaga will blow them out. That's why I hope that Houston-Baylor game turns out to be a good one, because I don't think the second game at 8:30, UCLA and Gonzaga is going to even be close. You don't have to be a very big basketball fan to know who Gonzaga is, which is strange because they're a small school. They don't even have a football team. We never talk about them in football season because of that, obviously. But again, even if you're just a casual college basketball fan, you know who Gonzaga is. I saw a stat during one of their games. I think they've made the NCAA tournament something like 24 years in a row, or some crazy number. Some crazy number. But they've never won at all. So you can pull for Gonzaga in this game, and even though they're the favorite, or you can pull for Gonzaga to win the whole thing. I mean, and even though they're the favorite, the 1 seed, the highest rated 1 seed, and all that kind of stuff, it's not like it's Duke or North Carolina or Kentucky or Kansas or one of these teams that seems to win it all the time. It would be their first title if they get one, so I guess it's still kind of fun to pull for them too. So I don't know. I'll be pulling for Baylor in the first game. I don't really have a preference of who wins in the second game, although I do think Gonzaga will roll. There you go. Coffee talk with Uncle Lou. Let me know what you think. No sense looking at me either. So I figured I'd show you some pictures. You guys see enough of me all week long. But anyway, enjoy your weekend. Have a good morning.